Madam Deputy Speaker, we have a full sitting of the House to debate this report. Everyone's here. And at the risk of sounding unparliamentary, we should do this more often. It's nice to be here. And if I'm being honest, the EFF joining our court case to oppose a VAT increase and then expropriating its success without compensation just adds to the atmosphere. If there are those that still question our cooperation with the ANC, if there are individuals that still ask what we've attained in this government, what we dare dream to achieve in years ahead on this journey, let us put focus and point them to this fiscal framework. It's a story that runs far deeper than the headlines of too much expenditure, too much debt, and too little economic growth. It's a document born in concealment, raised in conflict, and matured on compromise. It is the bottom line, Madam Deputy Speaker, not just of our nation's finances, but of what the DA is willing to stand up for and what it will not tolerate. This framework draws a line, not in the sand, but in the consciousness of every South African, a line that says that even if you never voted for us, we will continue to fight for you. We will remain in the room, even if there are those vying for us to leave so that they can raise your taxes in peace. This document shows that we'll continue to ask uncomfortable questions, such as questions about the seaters, and we'll ask them again and again until things start to change. We will protect business and we will protect the poor, because despite what some on my left would say, the two are not mutually exclusive. In fact, often they are aligned. Madam Deputy Speaker, there were many that predicted that this government would not survive its first budget cycle. There were many who indicated that the DA would not be able to stop a VAT increase. And after we last debated the fiscal framework in this House, most concluded that the DA was not going to succeed and that it was in fact leaving this arrangement. But here we are. We remain. What has left is a VAT increase. And year two in this budget, we see billions in infrastructure investment. We see an employee ghost audit. And we see a kicking off of a comprehensive spending review. We have succeeded. This is to be noted, but not to be celebrated. Because even as we speak, millions of South Africans are not yet winning. And while we and the DA have succeeded in avoiding the cost of goods going up, we've not yet implemented the real economic reforms needed to make the vast majority of people better off. And we are a country with challenges from corruption to inequality to unemployment that are so vast that are perhaps only exceeded by our relentless persistence and our boundless potential as a people. But I want to be clear. The DA does support this fiscal framework. We are glad of the victories it contains. And while we support it, we're not blinkered or myopic. We need reform faster. And as much as we support Project Vulindlela, it's too little, it's too slow. Treasury is optimistically predicting 1.4% economic growth. That is not to be celebrated, that is to be improved. So the response of the DA to this fiscal framework is to march on to the next hill and then the next. To fight on until we're all living in a country where we need 2 hands to count economic growth and only 1 hand to count unemployment. Make no mistake, this forward march will not be easy. Just as they told us we would not be able to stare down a VAT increase, there are those that will tell us that the problems we confront are too complex, that they are endemic, that they are structural, and we can't fix our ports, we can't fix our public service or even our potholes. But we will prevail in that fight for the same reason that we prevailed in this budget battle. It's because we have the facts on our side. It's because we have sensible economic policy on our side. And most importantly, it is because we will have the prosperity-starved people of South Africa on our side. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, the DA supports this fiscal framework. And if things go to plan, we will support 4 more that includes rational economic policy.
DA at work, rescuing South Africa.